Hey guys, I was just going to do a quick video here to show you some low-cost mods that I did to a low-cost kayak. So this is the Equinox Angler 12F fishing kayak. It's the exact same boat as the Future Beach Angler 144, I believe it's called. You can buy the Future Beach at Dick's Sporting Goods. So I found this. I had a Field Stream from Dick's that I had bought used, and I didn't use it much. My dad has one exactly like this one, only a different color, and I really liked it. I found this one the other day for $200 used, and it's in really nice shape, and I thought, boy, that's too good of a buy to pass up, so I bought it. I ended up selling the Field and Stream, and then I had a few little cash to work with here for modifications. So first thing I did was the seat. Now this thing comes from the factory with, you just sit in the bottom plastic there, and it's got a backrest. The guy I bought this one from had already upgraded the seat to a CGI stadium seat. I didn't like the seat personally, and I found this seat at Costco for 20 bucks. Cascade Mountain Tech, it says on the back. It's a lot heavier duty, a lot more comfortable. So I put that on there. Now he just put a bar across. There used to be a hook here, right here, for the shock cord, just for tying in gear. And actually I wonder if it wasn't for use as a paddle holder. But anyway, he took that off and he put that bar across, and then I won't go under there and show you, but about here there's a bar that lays over this other one, angles back to there. He's got that fastened down in there with a screw, and then it goes back to this side, so it's kind of a Y in there. And this seat sat really nice on there, and I just tied it on with a couple of zip ties and a zip tie to the pad eye in the back, and that's really nice. Next thing I did was my crate. I took 2 crates. Actually, it's easier to show from the back. So I took and I cut the top, the bottom off of this crate, and made a hinge lid that will hold gear. Right now I've got my anchor system in there. Frequently used stuff on top, and I just used zip ties for the hinge, which worked well. I saw that on another kayak video on YouTube, and I don't remember who to give credit to for that, but if you posted that mod on YouTube and you're watching this, thanks for the idea. Then I took the top part of that other crate that I had cut, and I put it on the bottom, because maybe I can get down here and you can see there's like a, I don't know what to call it, kind of like a weir or a little divider thing in there. You can see it juts into there. That prevents that crate from sitting all the way forward. So I notched that bottom crate out so that it sits up above it, and that makes it so it doesn't slide around. It can't slide around. And I cut that down so it's just the right height for what I'm doing here. Just hold it in there with some ball bungees. Then the shock cord used to run through here and across, and these are just hooks. Well, I unthreaded it from here, and now I just go up and over. Of course, you can see I added the rod holder, and so between the ball bungees on the front and the shock cord running up and over the rear, that thing's securely in there. And this area here, I can still throw extra gear in. I've got a bait bucket. It's just a little a little insulated cooler lunchbox thing that I use for bait. If I'm bait fishing, I can strap it back here. This hatch here, I just have extra shock cord and zip ties and parachute cord and various things like that. A couple extra dry bags in there in case I ever need them. Coming up around this side, let's see, on this side I added the paddle clip. That way I can strap my paddle on there and fish and not worry about it. Right here, this hatch was just like the back one with that threaded lid on it. And I know from experience that that lid, when you sit in the boat, it must flex just enough from the weight that that lid kind of binds up, and it's really hard to remove because it's right in the center of the boat. And it was missing the lid anyway. So I took that out. I ordered this replacement hatch, and of course I got a hinged one. Now inside of here, I'll step over my workbench. That was just a little compartment right there. Can't really hold very much stuff, nothing of any size at all. And I took a vibrating saw, like a Fane sander with a little saw attachment on it, and I just cut that out. So now if I remove this red bag, I've got access all the way into the bottom of the boat. So you can put long items in there if they're flexible enough to make the corner, or if you put something in the big hatch in the front and it slides back here and gets caught, or maybe reach in there and get it again. In this hatch I've just got a bunch of tethers for gear, fishing rods, my landing net, got a dry bag for my fishing license and wallet, phone if I'm not using my phone, for a sonar, which is the next thing. I got this holder for my phone. I found it. It fits in the cup holder. I found it at Best Buy. I think it was 13 bucks or something like that, 13, 14 bucks. And that puts my phone right in front of my eyes. This is my perspective from the seat right here. And I've got this little teapot from Vexilar, little Wi-Fi sonar. They call it the sonar phone. So what I can do with this is I've got this little tether. Now these are castable. These are like the deeper sonar, same concept. You can put this on a heavy rod and reel and cast it, but I don't really have any rod that heavy. So I just use parachute cord, and I made this little tether so I can clip that into my anchor trolley, run the anchor trolley to the back while I'm paddling, and that thing just trails along behind me, and I've got a sonar. And then when I stop, I can pull it up and use the anchor trolley as for the anchor, and just clip this on the side. So let's see, this kayak has rod holder here and one on the other side, and no adjustable rod holder for some reason. The Future Beach Angler 144 Deluxe that you can buy at Dick's, it has a rod holder. So, but anyway, it still has this flat spot here, so I bolted this on. I went with the bait casting spinning reel, the smaller of the Scotty rod holders. So the bait caster reel would sit right here, and you would strap over top. But I'm a spinning reel guy, so I run that down. Spinning reel hangs in this slot here, and you can run that up and over like that. This hatch here If you own this kayak, you know, but this goes right into the boat, so you can run fishing rods down in there and whatever you need to stow if you're hauling it. You don't want them waving around in the wind. Over here, I put on the Yak Attack lever lock anchor trolley, which I really like. On my dad's kayak, I had built my own anchor trolley out of pulleys that I bought, and parachute cord and pad eyes, and a zigzag cleat. And I thought I was saving money, but all those little parts add up, and I really don't think I saved very much. And at the end of the day, it doesn't work as nicely. So I'm really pleased with this. I'm sure you've seen these, but the anchor trolley eye sits right here. You can unhook it, run it forward, and then lock it in whatever position you want. So the one thing I really like about this is they call it, I think they call it a pad eye, but anyway, it's got the one loop where the trolley line goes through, and then down here, you know, that can come out like it should, but that little hook keeps that from riding up and over the top of the kayak, which is really nice. Here, this little carabiner is where all the tethers attach to. So as I add tethers or remove them, I just clip them into there. This is shock cord as well, so that makes that really easy. I found these little quick cleats. I put one here and one here. That's for when I'm anchored at the front or the rear of the kayak. And I'll grab my anchor system and I'll show you how that works. Now, last part of the video, I need a tripod for my phone here to video this, but I don't have one, so you'll have to bear with me. I got a dive reel, ordered off Amazon, got this little release here. So when I get to where I want to anchor, I just hold this over the side, release the anchor, let it down to the depth I want to let it down to, and then I can just toss the reel over the side. Now I've got this. To demonstrate, I'll run my anchor trolley forward again. So now I've got this little short piece of parachute cord for my anchor line. So I can run that through, obviously, before I run the trolley up. And then I can just pop that into that cleat, and it tightens down and wedges. Now I purposely used a fluorescent orange piece of line of parachute cord for this, because I want to be able to tell at a glance which one is my anchor line as opposed to the shock cord here on the side, as opposed to trolley line. I want to be able to just tell at a glance that this is the anchor. And that way, if I catch a fish and it's fighting and I'm worried about getting tangled up in the anchor, I can just grab this and I'm free. The kayak will drift away. This will come right out. This float keeps this all floating like a buoy until I come back and clip back in. So that's also useful if you're anchored partially crossways or even head on in a stream or a river, and maybe a boat's coming that doesn't see you, or a log comes floating around the bend that could wipe you out. Just a means of very quickly releasing, which is why I've got the two cleats, one for the front and one for the back. My anchor, I've got it tied on the bottom and then the zip tie on the top, so that if it gets caught under a log or a rock, I can give it a hard pull and break that zip tie and pull it free from the bottom. I don't use a stringer much, but I've got a stringer here tied on. Got my line snips here tied on. So that's about it. I'm not quite ready to go here because my trays for my tackle bag are too large to fit in this crate. So I gotta find me some smaller tackle trays, rig up a little kit to go on here, but that's pretty much the size of it. I hope this helps. I wasn't able to find just a whole lot of videos of this particular kayak, so I thought I'd make one just to help anybody out who was thinking about using this one and wondering how to mod it up, make it a little nicer. So hope that helps.